With me, Jamie Mollo. Jamie, the coach of Triumphant. I love using that word, triumphant. Do you feel triumphant today?
Oh, I do, especially after the last 4 weeks. It's been pretty dominating performances. So today we knew it was going to be a hard contest, but we ended up coming over with a really good win. So yeah.
Move over a bit closer to me, Jamie. I'm not going to bite you, mate. Although I have been told I am a little scary at times. Jamie, a great win today, but I've got to ask you the question. And whilst I was watching you, basically, and all due respect to Rye, you dismantled Rye in pretty much every facet of the game. Whilst I was watching, I thought, I'm going to ask Jamie, does he get much from a win like that? What do you get from a win like that you can say to your boys so that they don't walk onto the field next week and think, we're just going to do it all over again?
No, we're very big on not being complacent, no matter who the opposition is, no matter how big a win it was, or if we had lost the week before. So we take a lot out of structure and process, and we look at that and we make sure that for the large percentage of time we're structuring up really well. And if we were doing that for long periods of time, we win the game of footy anyway. And then we take little wins out of each of the lines, and they connected up really well together, the backs, mids and forwards.
I don't want to harp on the negative side, but were there obviously facets of the boys' play today that you think needs to be improved?
Well, I think Wright cracked in really hard inside the contest, and we're pretty good at holding our balance of shape around the contest, and they drew us in. So that means our shape wasn't out there, so we couldn't use the ball on the outside as well as we have been using it.
So what did you learn about that loss to Coringal? I mean, it seems like such a long time ago.
We learnt that 4 quarters is huge. Whether it's round 1 or round 18, 4 quarters is massive, and the way we structure up for longer periods of time is imperative.
Who do you see as the players that, well, so far I should say, looking back, have improved, and the ones that could improve as the season moves on? Who you got your eye on?
From a Red Hill point of view? We've got some young kids in there. Angus Patterson, he's played round 1, then he went into our 2s, kicked 13 goals, and he's come back into the senior side the last 2 weeks, and he's been really good. It's not just his goals and his marking, it's his work around the ground. In our midfield, Jake Mould, Josh Mould, Chris Irving, they've been dominant in there. Big Popey in the ruck has been really good. And we look at down back, we're pretty young down back. There's not a lot of old blokes down back, so they can still improve on their intercept marking, their rebound 50, their transitional work. And across half forward, I think Jono Ross, Daniel McNamara have been phenomenal.
I speak to a lot of players and coaches and a lot of people that know you say Jamie's a very hands-on coach in that, and I noticed it then, every single player you congratulated personally as they walked in. Is that something that you've worked on in your game as a coach, is that you've got to treat each player on an individual basis and treat them, I suppose, differently?
Oh, you do, because there's footy clubs full of character with characters, or characters with character, and they're all different. And if you treat them all the same, you're not going to get the same response from them. So each bloke needs a pat on the back or a little bit of a rev up at different times.
Thank you, Jamie. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us on GameFace.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Jono Ross from the Red Hill Football Club was an absolute star today. How much did you get? Was it 5, 6, 7?
6.
6?
Yeah, kicked a few behinds.
Yeah. Overall, Jono, just talking to Jamie, the coach, he's pleased with the way you guys are actually doing what you're told.
Yeah.
You're training a certain way and you're going out and playing that way. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's good having Larry back in the team. He's sort of like the general down in the forward line, so he controls us a bit. But we're all just working well together down there, and our midfield's bloody awesome.
So you don't look like a team that is under any pressure, because all the talk Red Hill, the big flag favourites and all the rest, and of course you got rolled by Coringal early.
Yeah.
Did that bring you back down to earth, or am I barking up the wrong tree?
No, they were pretty good. We didn't have our best game, but first game of the season, so. What
actually did you guys do well today? I know it's a pretty loaded question, but you were out there, you played. What did you guys do well?
I think our tackling pressure was awesome. Just Jamie's really installed that with us, just the pressure, just all the time. So.
And who else played well today, mate?
Long bombs McNamara. He's
long bombs.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's a specialist at long bombs.
Yeah. No, he's a big kick. No, he played pretty well. Chris Irving was pretty good in the middle, and Jono was always pretty good down back.
What do you need to do to keep it going? I mean, Jamie said that the one thing you work on is that the boys aren't complacent.
Yeah.
But as I asked him, what do you get from a game that you win by so well? What do you learn from a game like that?
I think we go back and look at our structures and see how we could have done. We were a bit slow in that first quarter, so see how we could have kicked a few more goals.
Good on you, Jono. It's freezing out here and you've just come off, and I'm saying you're a bit toey. I appreciate your time. Well done today. A great personal effort, 6 goals, and of course, big win by Red Hill. The train keeps on rolling, so good luck for the rest of the season, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Get your GameFace on.